Oh, shoot. We are live. What's going on, everybody? This is Nate from Watch Big Nate TV. Let's get some things popping in here. Yes. I want to make sure everybody is doing okay. I'm back home in Virginia. Okay. All right. Let's just do our quick checks. I don't know who's watching me. Listen, I want you guys to drop your comments below. They should show up on the screen. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, my business page, Watch Big Nate TV, Periscope, which is Twitter, and among other places. And hold on, I just want to get some things moving. I just want to make sure something. Okay, we look good there. All right. Before we do this, what's going on, everybody? How was everyone's day while I'm pulling this stuff up? Okay. Yes. We're going to have a healthy conversation tonight. Because I really think we need to have that conversation today about moving forward in our relationships. However, all right, I guess it's flowing there, and that's fine. So, all right, good evening, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming. Today's topic, our relationship question of the answer today is, what part did you play while you were in your last toxic relationship? And so how I came up with that topic, there was a post that was put up that's on my page right now. Matter of fact, it's the cover, and it says, Black men and Black women, can we start over? I'm tired of finding reasons not to love each other. Truce? Do over? That one picture was so powerful to me that I said, you know what? And I kind of asked the question in a roundabout way. I said, are we really tired of it? Are we really tired of the back and forth that is your fault, and is their fault, and whoever's fault it is? Well, tonight, in Big Nate fashion, we're going to address the whole thing, because it's not really the other person's fault. It was your fault. Nate, how can you say that? How can you say that? How can you say that? We're going to just talk about a couple of quick things. Then what I'm going to do is kind of go over some of the comments. It was quite interesting. So if you see me looking down, and I'm gotta put my glasses on, definitely you can comments below. Drop comments and let me know what's going on. Your thoughts, tag people in it, because I think this is a healthy relationship discussion that we're going to have. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is confronting the signs. Well, actually, we're going to talk about accountability, confronting the signs, addressing the part that you played in these toxic relationships, and what you can do to move forward. For those that don't know, I have a book called Why Can't I Find a Good Mate? You can find it at shop@bignate.org. All right, so let's move forward here. And some of the comments that I saw were very interesting. And I posted this topic in a couple of different groups. Very few people, they said their toxic trait was that they stayed or they allowed something to happen. And the main question was, what part did you play? And very few people said exactly what they did in the part that they played in this situation. You could tell me why you stayed, what they did, and all that other stuff. No, what is it that you did? What is it? What part did you play? Because you were not a complete innocent victim in here. So the first thing we want to talk about is accountability. And again, if you see me looking away, I'm looking at notes. Accountability. The first thing when we're moving forward out of these things is the accountability is accepting the responsibility that we were allowing these things. Why did we allow them? Because we thought that they were going to change. And then here's the trait that no one really said into. I fed into it, or I encouraged it, or I didn't stop them. And one of the things that most people did when they got into these toxic relationships, because again, everybody's innocent when you ask, and then you go ask the other party, they're innocent. But when the toxic traits started to come up with an individual, what made you move from your core principles or how you wanted to be treated? Because when things don't look right in the beginning, what we need to do is address the monster while it's a baby. And basically, everybody was shifting blame from what they did to what the other person was doing, and trying to validate and justify what the other person was doing instead of saying, you know what, I really should have said this, or you know what, I was triggering this person. I'm not talking about abusive relationships. I'm talking about situations where it was toxic. And sometimes toxic relationships aren't as bad as they think, because our communications in relationships are at an all-time low. They're horrendous now. I've seen good people in relationships or never get something started because they couldn't communicate well with each other. The reason they couldn't communicate is because they didn't want to confront the issue head on. And here's the thing, confrontation can be a good thing sometimes because it helps the other person to get a clear understanding of how you feel or what your expectations are. And that is not fighting. The confrontation is really about the compromise, because I always say we can't read minds. And because you can't read minds, that's where the communication comes in, versus where people say, oh, fuck it, I'm out for the slightest thing. You have somebody that will help you to build an empire, will pull you up out the pits of whatever you in, and you just, because they don't fit inside your little box. Miles, you funny. The bottom line is this. The first thing I want everyone to do if they want to avoid toxic relationships is, let's take accountability of what we did in the past and what traits are we carrying from one relationship to another relationship. We need to talk about that first. Then, not only that, now you got to go back into your assessment. What do you want in a relationship? What are you willing to tolerate? Because everybody seeks love, but are you strong enough if that person has a drug or alcoholism problem? If an abuser hits you once, they will hit you again. They didn't just start picking a person to abuse. So accountability is the first thing that we need to do, and re-examine the things that went wrong and what you actually did to encourage the foolishness before you said, I'm out, or before the other person said, I'm out. Then the next thing is to go back and reevaluate what are our core principles for a relationship. Everybody preaches self-love, but are you practicing it? Not to say be a jerk or be mean to people or just cut them off, but what I am saying is this. There are certain things and core principles that you have as a person. And I don't think a lot of us have addressed a lot of demons that we have deep rooted in us. Because if you're attracting cheaters, that's a spirit that you're attracting. I always tell people you attract what you respect and you date at the level of your self-esteem. You got to be willing to invest not only in yourself, but your partner. Men and women were not created equal. That is facts. But they were created to be a team. And that is where we need to get back to. Becoming teams and respecting each other. I don't even want to sound like I'm some preacher, but I'm going to break it down to its purest essence and then we're going to get out of here. At the end of the day, the way we deal with relationships and dating has to be like when we were little kids. Hey, do you like me? I like you? Yeah, I like you. Want to go together? That is the simplicity of it. When people say the dating is hard and it's complicated, it's not. We make it hard, we make it complicated, and we don't get. So if you don't take anything away from this, this is what I want you to do. First and foremost, reassess how most of your relationships ended or how you're dealing with the people you're dealing with, how the reactions are. And once we address that, then what is it that we really want? Because at the end of the day, some of us really need to admit to ourselves that I'm playing games or I just really want the attention. And that's fine. But I'm going to close you guys out. I would definitely replay this back for you. For those that came in, by all means, I thank you. I appreciate you. If you like a copy of my book, Why Can't I Find a Good Mate? You can go to www.shop@bignate.org. It is sitting right there at the very top. Click that button and I'll make sure that I autograph your copy. I appreciate you guys and thank you. Oh, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Watch Big Nate TV. I'll talk to you guys later.